Welcome to my B&B Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. Steffy breaks horrific news to Liam and Eric scolds Ridge for dumping Brooke. At the Cliff House, Steffy discovers from Finn that the mass in Liam's brain was found in a scan at the hospital. Steffy refuses to acknowledge that there's nothing they can do. Liam can't be dying. They go over him being an incredible father. Steffy doesn't care what the scan says. Liam just had a magical evening with his daughter and now he's telling her he could be dying? No, I refuse to believe that. Steffy's request. In Kelly's bedroom, Liam struggles to read a story to his daughter because his vision keeps turning blurry. He suggests she read the book to him. She asks what's amiss. Liam maintains he's fine, his eyes are just a little tired. He places the book aside and says he'll tell her a story instead. It's about a little girl named Kelly who has two parents who love her more than anything in the whole universe. Liam explains the girl in the narrative has the power of kindness. His daughter queries, "Do you think I'm the Kelly in the story?" Liam sees how she sticks up for people and takes care of Hayes and Beth. Kelly asks him to vow they'll live happily ever after. Liam promises he's not going anywhere. Kelly and Liam express their affection. He's leaving the room, but is always with her. His love for her filled up the whole universe. More, B&B Beyond the Gates crossover. In the living room, Finn once again verifies to Steffy that there's a mass on Liam's brain. It may have caused the episode at Bill's. He needs to get back to the infirmary. Steffy hopes they can treat it. Finn says that where it is on the brain, it's inoperable. Steffy sobs that he was dancing with his daughter. Finn dislikes giving her this news, but it's the truth. Finn clarifies that the accident didn't cause this, the mass was there before. Steffy just can't get her mind around this. Finn tells her Kelly and Liam had a precious moment because of her, that matters. Steffy sobs about the things Liam will miss. Finn cautions, one step at a time. Steffy says he has to be told and it has to come from her. I have to be the one to tell him the news. Eric backs Brooke. At Forrester, Eric informs someone by phone that expectations for this collection are very high. Brooke comes in as he says he, Ridge, and Steffy are very happy to be back in control. She tells him he's been missed. Eric assumes he's not the only one she's missing. Ridge. Brooke admires the gowns on the rack and bets she can guess the showstopper. Eric notices she hasn't answered his question. Brooke says, of course, she misses Ridge. It feels like everything is falling into place. At Forrester, Brooke gushes that she and Ridge belong together. She wishes she could think of something that would get him to see that they belong together, remind him of who they are together. She reflects about their past and Portofino keeps coming to mind. That was a magical time, coming across on that boat donning that gown. Eric brings up the wedding gown in question on the laptop. He'll never forget her in that gown. Ridge comes in right then and says, "So, what's going on here?" Ridge guesses Brooke's trying to see the showstopper, but she can't see it before anyone else sees it. Brooke smirks and says she'll leave them to it. Eric urges her to come back later to resume their conversation. Once alone, Ridge questions his dad. What? More, Eric directs Brooke toward disaster. Eric informs Ridge he and Brooke were taking a walk down memory lane. He shows him the photo of the wedding garment in Portofino. His eyes grew as big as saucers. Now he's abruptly departed her for Taylor just because she became the CEO of the temporary situation there. He was furious too, but Ridge overreacted. An employee comes in and Eric advises her, observing Ridge studying the photo of Brooke in the gown across the room. In his mind, Ridge flashes to that special day. Eric grins. Breaking bad news. At the Cliff House, Steffy tells Finn, "I need to do this." She muses that they've been through so much history, but is still making memories with Kelly. She's so young. Just then, Liam comes out of the bedroom with a query for Finn. He observes Steffy's tear-stained face and asks what's wrong. Finn wonders if Kelly is sleeping. Liam says, almost. Finn goes in to check on his stepdaughter as Steffy tells Liam she needs to speak to him about something. Once alone, Liam queries what this is all about. Steffy tells him he made Kelly feel like a duchess today. She'll never forget this night. Liam says, "Neither will I." He wishes to sit because of his head bothering him. They take to the settee. Liam's apologetic he didn't make it on time for the dance. Steffy complains about him fleeing the hospital. Kelly would have understood. She doesn't want him risking his well-being. As she begins crying, he asks, "What is going on with you?" Whoa. Steffy is trying to keep it together. She takes his hand and says Finn and Dr. Buckingham received his latest results. "I don't know how to tell you this." Liam frowns. "Tell me what?" Steffy gasps, "It's not good, Liam." Liam says, "Steffy, you've got to." Steffy says there's a mass on his brain. There's a tumor. And they say it's inoperable. Liam repeats, "It's inoperable." Steffy nods and cries, "You're dying, Liam." Bridget tells Hope that Liam is dying. The bold and the beautiful Liam Spencer has been undergoing a medical crisis for a while now on The Bold and the Beautiful, with the few people who know having been sworn to confidentiality. His ex-wife, Steffy Forrester, discovered Liam outside of Bill Spencer's, unresponsive, and got him to the hospital just in time. When Liam regained consciousness, he was told that he had a brain bleed, and he didn't want anyone besides Steffy and her doctor spouse, John Finnegan, to know. They agreed to remain quiet as Liam recovered, then left the hospital AMA to attend Kelly's dad-daughter dance. Liam has an inoperable mass on his brain. Liam labored to dance with Kelly under the disco lights in Steffy's living room as Finn texted his wife with the grim news. Steffy fought back tears as Liam went to tuck Kelly into bed immediately after Finn returned home from the hospital. Liam struggled with his vision while attempting to read a bedtime story to Kelly, as Finn shared medical facts with Steffy. Bridget decides to tell Hope what is going on. Back at the hospital, Bridget Forrester is still reeling from the diagnosis. She is consulting on Liam's case, but she was also his sister-in-law when he was married to Hope Logan. She has known him eternally and is gutted for Liam and Hope's daughter, Beth. She had initially agreed to keep his condition quiet, but now Bridget believes that Hope needs to know what is going on. Hope is devastated over Liam's diagnosis. Hope has had a difficult few years. After she decided to divorce Liam, things just never fell into order for her. Recently, she has been devastated over Carter Waltons choosing the Forresters over her, while also having her line cut. Those things matter far less once she learns of Liam's illness. Now, all that she can think of is her ex and the child that they share. Liam had already been on Hope's mind, and this crisis will inevitably bring them much closer again. Hope Logan is leaving for Paris. If there was ever a good opportunity to leave, it would probably be right now. The Bold and the Beautiful heavily predict that Hope Logan might pull a Sally Spectra and flee town. The Bold and the Beautiful Hope Logan is leaving for Paris. That's because everything that could go in her life has obviously gone wrong and she's just tired of it. As many B&B aficionados can recall, Sally did the same thing when her life came crashing down. Her relationship with Wyatt fell apart and she was tired of Bill Spencer always attempting to ruin her fashion career. Well, it seems like Hope Logan is in the same position right now. The Forrester Creations takeover went catastrophically wrong. Not only that, but her relationship with Carter simply fell apart. That, and there's no way that she can ever trust her mother Brooke again after she sided with Ridge in their nasty dispute. Hope just feels like she doesn't fit in this fictional town of Los Angeles, and that's why she wants to take her daughter Beth and just flee. The Bold and the Beautiful. What's next for Hope Logan? But if there's one person that could compel her to say, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that it would be Thomas Forrester. But it's only a matter of if and when he will travel back home after his prolonged stay in Paris. That, or Hope could easily load her bags and move to the City of Lights where hopefully she'll shine brighter than any diamond. After all, she's put the work in. It's not Hope's fault that she's surrounded by people who just want to see her fail rather than triumph all the time. We have a sense that things are about to get very interesting for our girl. Watch this space. Of course, B&B fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. Liam is lying and faking his death. Desperate circumstances call for desperate measures. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers significantly suggest that Liam Spencer might be faking his death. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Liam is lying and faking his death. That's because he could be using this as a stratagem to reunite with Steffy Forrester. And so far it seems like his plan is working. After all, there might be a reason why Liam is so adamant that Steffy doesn't tell anyone about his condition and his hospitalization. That's because there's a very good possibility that he's using this as a ploy to try and get back with Steffy. After all, he's never fallen out of love with her. This might also be the reason why Dr. Bridget Forrester can't discover a cure for Liam's supposed condition. That's because there is no condition. As you can assume, B&B fans have had a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some have even commented with, "I don't think so. He's going to be on the brink of death, everyone will be talking about how wonderful Liam is, and then in the final moments, Finn will be doing research online about an incredible never-been-done-before rare surgery and swoop in at the last moment to save his life. The bold and the beautiful what's next for Liam Spencer?" Another critic wrote, "I think Steffy will find some doctor overseas who will operate, then by the time they come back they will either be back together or have slept together. Finn would have bonded with Luna while Steffy was absent and she will then go back to Liam." And then there was this comment as well, "I agree. This is all a dramatic means to bring Steffy and Liam back together. Especially considering Steffy is spending so much time with Liam at his bedside and she will realize how much she loves him. I believe she will go with him somewhere to rehabilitate, which will explain her maternity leave." Of course, B&B fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The atmosphere at the Cliff House is thick with dread and disbelief as Steffy Forrester stares into the stormy abyss of the future, her world unraveling piece by piece after learning from her husband, Dr. John Finnegan, that the man who once meant everything to her and still occupies an intimate space in her heart, Liam Spencer, is dying. A mass discovered in his brain, an inoperable tumor, has transformed a joyous evening with their daughter into a ticking countdown of sorrow. Steffy, shaking and tearful, refuses to acknowledge the diagnosis. She holds to the image of Liam dancing with Kelly, of his voice telling stories, of a future not marred by death but full of second chances. In the sanctuary of Kelly's room, Liam's vision falters as he attempts to read her a bedtime story, the letters on the page blurring with the same uncertainty that clouds his fate. But he recovers gracefully, spinning a tale of love and kindness, of a brave little girl named Kelly whose parents revere her unconditionally. He promises her a fairy tale ending, even as his body betrays him and reality tightens its grasp. It's a lie of love, a hopeful illusion to preserve his daughter's innocence for just one more night. Back in the living room, Finn contends with his duty as a doctor and the compassion of a man. He knows what this means not just for Liam, but for Steffy and Kelly. The tumor didn't result from a fall, it was lurking silently, like a thief in the night, waiting for the ideal moment to strike. Finn assures Steffy that Liam's moment with Kelly matters, that love is what counts in the end, but Steffy isn't ready for ends. She's determined to tell Liam herself, to give him the truth wrapped in love, even if it tears her apart. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, the ever-steadfast Eric Forrester scolds his son Ridge for discarding Brooke Logan like a periodic collection. The past haunts them all: wedding gowns, Portofino, and the unshakable truth that some connections never unravel no matter how many times they are stitched and shredded. Eric, ever the romantic, revisits a photo of Brooke in a wedding gown, evoking the memory of a love that defied logic. Ridge, confronted with the image, flashes back to their enchanted past. But guilt, pride, and obligation have walled him off from Brooke once more, and Eric can scarcely hide his disapproval. Back at the Cliff House, Steffy prepares herself for what may be the toughest conversation of her life. As Liam emerges from Kelly's room, still clinging to normalcy, he detects the shift in Steffy's demeanor: the tears, the trembling hands. Finn excuses himself to check on Kelly, and the stage is set for devastation. Liam, ever attuned to the emotional undercurrents of those he loves, promptly asks what's wrong. Steffy, on the verge of collapse, takes his hand and proceeds to unravel the truth: his scans, the mass, the prognosis. His face contorts with confusion, agony, and disbelief as she whispers the words that shatter both of them. "You're dying, Liam." Time freezes. He echoes the phrase back, as if uttering it will make it less real. But Steffy's tear-soaked nod affirms the horror: this isn't a nightmare. It's occurring. Back in the living room, Finn contends with his duty as a doctor and the compassion of a man. He knows what this means not just for Liam, but for Steffy and Kelly. The tumor didn't result from a fall, It was lurking silently, like a thief in the night, waiting for the ideal moment to strike. Finn assures Steffy that Liam's moment with Kelly matters, that love is what counts in the end, but Steffy isn't ready for ends. She's determined to tell Liam herself, to give him the truth wrapped in love, even if it tears her apart. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, the ever-steadfast Eric Forrester scolds his son Ridge for discarding Brooke Logan like a periodic collection. The past haunts them all: wedding gowns, Portofino, and the unshakable truth that some connections never unravel no matter how many times they are stitched and shredded. Eric, ever the romantic, revisits a photo of Brooke in a wedding gown, evoking the memory of a love that defied logic. Ridge, confronted with the image, flashes back to their enchanted past. But guilt, pride, and obligation have walled him off from Brooke once more, and Eric can scarcely hide his disapproval. Back at the Cliff House, Steffy prepares herself for what may be the toughest conversation of her life. As Liam emerges from Kelly's room, still clinging to normalcy, he detects the shift in Steffy's demeanor: the tears, the trembling hands. Finn excuses himself to check on Kelly, and the stage is set for devastation. Liam, ever attuned to the emotional undercurrents of those he loves, promptly asks what's wrong. Steffy, on the verge of collapse, takes his hand and proceeds to unravel the truth: his scans, the mass, the prognosis. His face contorts with confusion, agony, and disbelief as she whispers the words that shatter both of them. "You're dying, Liam." Time freezes. He echoes the phrase back, as if uttering it will make it less real. But Steffy's tear-soaked nod affirms the horror: this isn't a nightmare. It's occurring. As Steffy and Liam digest the death sentence cloaked in clinical language, elsewhere in Los Angeles, another piece of the puzzle shifts. At the hospital, Dr. Bridget Forrester, who is consulting on Liam's case, debates her professional oath against her moral conscience. She was once family to Liam, and as she examines the grim results, she can no longer justify keeping Hope Logan in the dark. Hope, already fractured from heartbreak and professional loss, is about to be devastated by the revelation of Liam's terminal condition. Bridget's decision is prompt, albeit agonizing. Hope needs to know. When she tells her, Hope's world tilts off its axis. Already grappling with rejection, career implosions, and maternal betrayals, she now confronts the most brutal truth of all. The father of her daughter, the man who always lingered in the corners of her heart, is dying. Everything else: Carter, her fashion line, her mother's meddling, diminishes in comparison. Grief and regret begin to fester like an open wound, and as the weight of reality settles in, Hope contemplates a path that has become increasingly appealing: leaving Los Angeles. Paris, a city of lights, dreams, and, perhaps, rebirth beckons to her. She's weary of being the woman left behind, tired of fighting for space in a family that sees her as disposable. With Beth in tow, she begins to envision an existence beyond the shadows of Forrester drama and Logan Forrester wars. She imagines cobblestone streets instead of office corridors, a new language to learn instead of old hurt to rehash. But fate, as always, isn't done with her. Because there's one man who could keep her tethered to LA: Thomas Forrester. Though he's abroad, his bond with Hope remains a flickering ember in the distance. If he returns, he could be the anchor she urgently needs. Or perhaps, she'll sail away without a backward glimpse. And just when everything seems like it's spiraling toward tragedy, the rug is yanked out from under the audience's feet. There are murmurs, online and in the shadows of the storyline, that Liam may not be dying at all. That this is a calculated performance, a desperate gambit to regain what is lost. Is Liam lying? Is this diagnosis a ruse to reinsert himself into Steffy's life, to tear her away from Finn and reignite the flame he's never ceased carrying for her? The pieces commence to form a new image. Liam's insistence on secrecy, his abrupt re-emergence at the dad-daughter dance, his almost romantic withdrawal from the world. It could all be part of a masterstroke. Or maybe not. Fans speculate furiously. Some believe he's conning everyone, others think he's simply a man on the verge who will be saved by a miracle cure at the 11th hour. Still others theorize that Steffy will travel abroad, seeking for an elusive specialist, and return to a new world, one where Liam is recovering and their past has been resurrected. Meanwhile, Finn's devotion is tested. As Steffy grieves, Finn becomes her anchor, but his world, too, begins to shift. Left behind while Steffy clutches to Liam's bedside, he grows closer to Luna. Emotional connections blossom where absence and uncertainty leave space. The dominoes fall fast: grief, remorse, old love, and new passion tangling into a web that threatens to snap. Steffy, consumed by Liam's plight, begins to recollect why she once chose him. He was her safeguard, her partner, her co-parent. As the clock ticks down on Liam's presumed final days, Steffy's heart begins to realign. And when Bridget returns with new information, when Hope wrestles with her own unresolved feelings, when Ridge reconsiders Brooke and Eric stares down his son with disappointment in his eyes, all the elements that define the bold and the beautiful passion, betrayal, redemption, and scandal collide in an operatic crescendo. As the storyline swells, fans clutch to every moment: each glance between Steffy and Liam, each hesitation from Bridget, each flashback Ridge has of Brooke. Is Liam ailing or not? Is Steffy torn between two lives or creating a bridge between past and future? Will Hope leave? Will Finn forgive? Will Thomas return? Every beat carries weight, every scene drips with consequence.